Alright, the next song that comes out of here is gonna be a better song. if I have to if I have to take apart this whole thing to figure out, I am going to figure out how to get our own songs on here. It seems to be only letting me use the 8 songs that are on here. But it does have a question mark that you can click on, and it says new, and then when you click it, it is not very helpful. So I will unclick the music because I know some people it bothers them, and they tune right out after hearing it. So I texted like Deb like I don't know 2 minutes ago, and told her that I'm maybe 2 minutes late. And so if she's letting people know, then that's cool too that I'm late. But I only told her that to be sure, so that way that people weren't thinking that I was asleep or something like that, which is something that I understand. What's up, Luke, man? Yes, back at it. Hello, brother. Hello, Michael, of course. My man, Michael, man. So it says they call John the Baptist, they call John the Baptist a crazy person and one who had a devil. John replied, I'm just the voice of one crying in the wilderness. You're right about that, Michael. Well, think about that, right? I mean, John the Baptist, right? Jesus himself said that there isn't one better than John the Baptist, right? Like Jesus was completely exalted him to being like, I think that's the word, exalted, right? To being like the one of the greatest men to ever walk the earth, right? And the world basically, he was on death row, right? And he gave up his head, right? Same thing with Jesus. That's why when people tell me, oh, I've never been to jail, oh, I've never had a ticket or never done anything wrong, well, then, I don't know, man. Jesus was on death row, and a lot of the apostles have been to prison, and so, I mean, we're just regular folks, man. And so it is what it is. What's up, lady? How are you doing? Oh, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, man. Hey, look, it's all about sending them vibes, man. That's what it is, man. Good energy, right? There's good juju and bad juju, man, all over the world, man. And like, okay, so I know that there's Christians that say they don't believe in like karma or whatever, but I don't believe that, right? Because you reap what you sow. I mean, that's the original, like, sounds kind of like, I think karma bites off of that, bites off of that, like, we reap what we sow. If you sow a bad seed, you will reap that fruit, And so, man, I had a pretty great day, actually. I didn't get to everyone I wanted to get to. I really wanted to have some time to talk to Michael today, and I wanted to have some extra time to talk to Shannon today. and I didn't get to either one, and it really hurt. It really kind of hurt me, man, because like I normally am able to fit everyone in, but I did have a couple of talks that were supposed to only go a couple of minutes, but they lasted a couple. For me, a 2 minute thing can go an hour. Very easily. A 2 minute thing could turn into an hour. And but I think a lot got done, a lot got accomplished. And I hope that I want everyone to be loved and appreciated for the maximum of what I know that they are, right? Like it bothers me when people have a lower opinion of another person, right? Than they really need to have, because it's like, oh, if you really knew that person, you wouldn't be upset like the way you are, or you wouldn't be thinking that way. What would you say, lady? Energy you put out is a boomerang. It comes back to you twice the speed in the backswing. It's amazing to see the cause and effect. Yeah, 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 absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing, Michael. I need to talk to you too, man. I mean, I need to talk to Shannon's first in line, but she may be because she's got a family and all that, so she might be home doing all that stuff. But and then you're next, and I got to get to everybody, man. Because if I don't, man, then it's like the last thing you want to be, man, is like too late, or something like that, to like a miracle happening or something. I'm always afraid that I'm going to miss a miracle. And maybe I shouldn't think that way, because if I let God guide my steps, everything will work out the way it's supposed to. And it's God's world. It's not, the United States of Stephen or whatever, right? It's God's world. I'm just a dude, right? I'm just a dude chilling. I just want to help, man. I'm just a cool little guy. Just a cool little guy chilling here, wanting to help. That's all it is. What's up, Sheila? Sheila knows that. I'm just a neat little guy, just sitting here wanting to help. Not enough hours in the day. Hey, you're right about that, man. Oh, what's up, Mark? Hey, how's Ash doing? Oh, that's great. That's great. I didn't see I didn't see you. You snuck in there. Then you snuck on back in. I'm glad to see you, buddy. It's been a little bit, a couple shows. And so yeah, just regular. All lives matter. I didn't see you either, man. You must have slipped in there. You must have slipped in here. All lives matter. Okay, do I know you? I'm trying to think if I know you, man. If I know you, then it's possible. I just got to be careful who I let on. Um, if I know you from before, let me know. If not, then we'll get to know each other. Oh, his name is. Oh, he just opened the account. Well, I would say I get the sentiment though, Michael. Right? All lives matter. Right? Do all lives matter? Yeah, I'd say yes. I would say that God defines what has value and what doesn't, and so I don't have to do it. Oh, the account is 2011, just like mine, huh? Wow, wow, that's an old one. I think mine's 2011, but I was like more I was a 9/11 truther, like, I don't know, like 2008 or 9, like something really a long time ago. And then I took a big break from the truth stuff until Flat Earth. But I'm not like a original Flat Earther wave either. I didn't come around until 2017, which I think was the best year for Flat Earth, to be honest. I believe in what Jesus talked. He believed all lives matter and he died for everyone's sins. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, in that sense, yeah, that's right. I think that, like, what we get caught up in, right, is that we have to, like, have these opinions. We have to have these group opinions, right? Like, like, oh yeah, we all believe that all lives matter, or we believe that these people matter. And in reality, right, we barely just got to get our own crap together, right? Like I barely matter to my own self, right? And so and so I mean, yeah, these big ideas are great, hey, whatever, become a member of whatever following you want, right? Yeah, the group think is tough, man. Yeah, the group think is tough. I agree with Clutch, man. Like I can barely affect the 3 feet around me. I believe the Bible is true, and everything in it, I believe it from God's perspective and His understanding. And so whatever that is, right, that's what I am. Whatever I have wrong, I want right, and I am wrong about a lot of stuff. And so you stay out of trouble that way, right? Because all of my faith is on Him. All of my belief and my trust is on God. I don't trust my own head to save me from anything. Like, I'm gonna get little things wrong, and I'm gonna get big things wrong, and I'm gonna miss easy concepts and hard concepts. I believe the Bible is for the lowest common denominator, right? I don't believe you have to be like a super genius, right, to be saved, right? I believe that everyone who trusts God is going to go to heaven, right? If the Bible says that Jesus is God, well then, all right. Then I like that. That's what I want. That's what I want to be true, is whatever is true. So what's going on? Like what? Like in real life? Like what? Like out in the narrative? Out in my real life? What are we talking here? This is Clutch. You gotta let me know. Oh yeah. Well, it's all subjective, right? Like, personally, I like retarded people because they don't lie or cheat or steal, you know. And so, like, you get that added quality, right? And I think those are qualities that are really, they need to be desired way more, right? Oh yeah, what's the question? How did you find us? The question, Michael, I've heard people say all lives matter, but they don't even pay attention to the man sleeping in the cold with no food. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what he's saying. He's saying like there's a lot of people that say all lives matter, right? But like, what about homeless people? Right, virtue signal. I get it. Yeah, like they'll say all lives matter, but they don't help like a homeless guy or something. What's going on, James? Man, it's been a little bit, man. I haven't seen you around in a little bit. Glad to see you, buddy. Yeah, you're right. It's like you run into these Down syndrome people, and or people that have retardation or something, and they don't have like that preconceived, like they don't want to like cheat you out of something or lie to you, or or be with your old lady or whatever. It's like it's a more, I don't know, like, yeah, I get what you mean, because I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. You can trust them. That's what I meant. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to say. You could trust them. You could trust them to watch like your money or your girlfriend or your dog. Yeah, I agree, Clutch, man. Yeah, it is, right? Because the world wants to put like a negative spin on that, right? Like, oh yeah, man, you're retarded, man. But look, man, I sometimes I'd rather be around somebody that's retarded, just because of the nature of the person, right? They're spiritually more mature, probably, or or maybe they are you know ahead in certain ways, and not saying that everyone that has a deficiency has like an upgrade somewhere else, right? But there are people that, like, along with a loss of something, they lose some other undesirable thing. Hey Jessica, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, man, it's a trip, man. So Sheila, like, I know it's late over there. How's everything going over there? I'm not going to talk about your good works because that's for the Lord to see. But come on, people. Can't spare 5 minutes out of the day to help. Yeah, you're right. We should be able to help people in need, Michael. That's right. But yeah, like, how like in the back half of Matthew, I think, where Jesus is saying that people will come up to him, Lord, Lord, remember all the good works I've done in your name. And he's going to say, well, I never knew you, right? So if you really know Jesus, right, are you like, so this is the way I look at it. People that really know Jesus aren't going to go up to Jesus and talk about all the great stuff they've done. Hey, Jesus, check out all the great stuff I've done. Like, the way to avoid being one of those people is to know that, like we would never do that. Like, that's what he means. Like, obviously we fall to our face in gratitude, like, oh, I'm so grateful for what you've done for me, to be talking about all that. All that, though. It's good to go over that, though, just to, like, that we know how to avoid being those types of people, because some people are, I probably believe that, like, they could get to that point and it could be them. Well, it can only be you if you do that, right? Like, he gives us an example of what that is, right? But yeah, we really need to help each other way more, right? Like, it's easy to say, right? Like, oh yeah, well, I think it should be fair for everybody, and I think that all lives matter and all that. That's great sentiment. That's great. But, like, we got to do it too, right? Like, I mean, sometimes you got to hug somebody that's undesirable, right? Because they need a hug. And there's something beyond, um, like, the thing is like, what's hard is, it, if you're used to a certain standard of living, it's hard to go beneath that, right? But really, if you were just barely surviving, right, and like every drop of water mattered, right, like you you would hug whoever that you had to hug, man, to get a drink of water. And so sometimes we could be a little soft and a little entitled, right? Especially in this country. We should be able to crawl in a sleeping bag with somebody that's homeless without thinking about it. Not, you know, and don't take all the perversion out of it, right? But like we think of that as it's too filthy for us or whatever, you know. Actions speak louder than words. Yeah. Yeah, you got to show love. And I believe that that's the way it is with our walk with God. We got to be able to show it, right? It's easy to say what we want to do or how we feel about God, but really, yeah, what are the things that we do for other people? Do we really put ourselves out there for other people? Would we really spend an hour with someone when we don't want to? You know, you think about that. And what does that mean to the other person, right? Will it, you know, will me being there for someone else help them out? And then when they grow, right, can I celebrate that with them, right? And be happy that they made it over to the next spot. I think that's important. I think these are all victories that we can all share. Luke saying, sometimes when I think I'm doing well and make a mistake, it humbles me. We can be great, but we're not greater than God. That's right, man. Yeah, it's not good to belittle people, man. Even like somebody that's like super, sorry, I'm saying super, Shannon. But even when you run into somebody that's like not real spiritual, not real Christian, right? They're not even they haven't even made that decision yet to follow God, right? And they're like just nasty, being nasty, right? We got to even have um we got to have some empathy for them too, right? We got to see from their point of view, like, okay, well, why are they like that? You know, what makes a person want to be like that? Is there any kind of hurt in their life that could have caused that? You know. Oh, let me see your Robin Hood reference, man. Oh, sorry about that, Clutch. When all the townsfolk had just been robbed so bad by the king. Yeah. Did anyone see a cartoon? The cartoon Robin as a fox? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I remember. Remember that. Now that you mentioned it, right? Remember that it was like a rooster singing that song about Nottingham. Not in Nottingham. Remember that? That's so funny, man. That it's like there was like a you know what I'm talking about, Sheila. There's like a rooster that sings a song. He's like some country song. What's up, babe? How you doing? Hey, what's up, homeless? How you doing, brother? We should help anyone we can at any time. Yeah, I mean, I think so, right? I think that if you can, right? Like it's so hard, right? Because we try, and if I have it, I will. You know, the thing is, it's hard to always have the right thing. You know. More Jellins is nanotechnology. What's up? I forget what your name was before. I know that it's something that I'm supposed to know. You changed it from some. Oh, so that's right. That's right. That is right. Oh, so that's right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that Morgellons, man, is nasty, man. Yeah, but I know this one person, right? Now, I'm not really sure what the rules are with Facebook, man. But she's always sending me a video of her in the bathtub, man. Like not in a bad way, not in a bad way. Don't get it twisted. But she's always talking about Morgellons, man, and like the medicine and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, you're in the bath an awful lot on Facebook, like an awful lot. And it makes me feel sad, right? Because if that's how it really is, where you got to be in the bathtub so much that you got to communicate with people while you're in the bathtub on Facebook, it makes me feel sad. What's up, Alex? It's my man, Alex. Faith is here. You know, well, I forget her name now, man. So she used to be called something else, but her name is Lucinary something. But I think it's named after some evil movie. Because Lucinary doesn't sound like a real name. I can't remember what her first name really was, man. It's gonna bother me now because I don't go on Facebook that much. I mean, I go on there to say like a statement here or there, right, to stay relevant on there. But it's not my favorite platform because my family's on there, you know, like my real family. So I try not to be too political or too, you know, outgoing. I do all my outreach here. And so it's not my favorite place to communicate because I'm not going to just communicate just to BS back and forth. How's the weather or this and that? I do use Messenger though. I think that's amazing. So many hours in the bath. Yeah, see, that's what it is right there. This that Morgellons, right? Is the bath. That's what it's That's what it is, man. But like, it bothers me, right? That like, to me, it makes me feel sad that like they're in the bath so much that like if I had to spend like say 1 hour of my day talking to people while I'm in the bath, man, that's tough, man. Even that alone would be hard. Like it's not an easy. Oh my god, the fibers. Oh my god. Yeah, Clutch. It's got to take. Because okay, now listen to this, right? Way before anyone was talking about Morgellons, right? Um, my girlfriend Mary Jo, she's gone now. She passed away, but she used to deal with these. She said these little strings used to come out of her, right? And I mean, a lot of times people thought she was just being crazy, but she would pick at herself a little bit, you know. And I feel bad now, and in hindsight, looking back, that maybe it was probably that. But like people would say, like the doctors would some would believe her, some wouldn't, you know. Like it was odd, you know, and it was definitely something because she wouldn't be hurting herself like that. I mean, she had spots on her, like spots on her body that she was just like tear it up, but there was nothing, you know. And she said, no, there's a string. It's like a string coming out of my skin, you know. And I'm like, oh my god. Right, right. It's like you're right. She acted like it was like her worst nightmare. And I wonder if it was that, and I think it was. That's yeah, because there's a good documentary about it with some, some European guy. And he was pretty smart about it, I guess, or whatever. And he showed some of these things, right? And they were like worms, man. And then what do you call it? Stacy B had them all over her front yard, man. Like all over her front yard. They were dumped on her front yard. This was a couple years ago. I wonder if she remembers. There were all these little furry strings dropped all over her yard, man, or everywhere outside. These things are gross, man. Yeah, like why would people do this to people, man? How could these people sit in these boardrooms, like these, you know, people they've run the world, right? And think of stuff like this, man. Oh, let's drop these strings on people that dig into their skin. Like, I mean, who would come up with this type of thing? I mean, it's evil, man. Oh yeah, Stacy is serious truth. That's right. Thank you, Faith. And yeah, man, just odd, man. Like how people could sit like in these like. Can you imagine like you're like in a suit, right? Going to your business meeting, right? Going, oh yeah, I think we should drop some strings on people that dig into their skin, man. I mean, that's sick, man. And then people don't believe you when you try to get like help. Like that's the saddest part, right? Is you're like, man, hey, look, I got all these little strings burrowing into me. I don't know if they're alive or not, but they certainly act wormy and they bother me. And then people go, oh yeah, well that's just your head. It's just to me that's like ultimate gaslighting, right? Because you're like, no, I can see these little suckers, man. They're bothering me. And then they act like they don't see them or something. Oh man, that's got to make you crazy. And then nobody ever talks about it, probably, right? I mean, you know, Psalm chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. I hope so. I hope all these people that decide all this stuff to dump on people, that they get it. Well, it's hard for me to even want it for them too, but you know what? Maybe they should face a little bit of what they're putting out there. Sorry, I needed to drink some water. I was so thirsty. Sometimes I get so thirsty. One time, I remember when I was a little kid, and me and my cousin got to go. Like we were outside playing, and we were outside playing, and it was hot, right? And we just wanted to go home and get something to drink. And so we went to get in, and the door was locked. I couldn't get into my grandma's house. And all we wanted to do was get some Kool-Aid. And they said that we couldn't come in the house because we were going to make the house dirty. That they were just got done cleaning the house, and we had to drink out of the hose. That's I don't know why I thought of that, but that's cruel, right? You're outside playing, and you're a little kid, and then all you want is some Kool-Aid, and you go home to get some, and you can't even get in the house. That's so messed up. Think about that from like a kid's point of view. You're all thirsty, and you got to go and grab the hose where the water's probably all hot. There's probably a spider in there. That's all I could think of. That's all I could think of, right? Yeah, get the hose, man. Isn't that horrible? That's all you want is some cherry juice or whatever, cherry drink. My favorite flavor is red. Yeah, it's a battle for your mind. That's what this world is, man. Hey, Don, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by, saying hi, hanging out for a minute. Let me see what Shannon said. Yeah, the garden hose, man. It's gross, man. Why do I'm glad that I never asked my kids that. Like, I never made them drink out of the hose. Maybe that's why they're soft now, you know? But there were days, man, when I was so thirsty that water out the hose did taste good. But there's most of the time it did not taste good. So, you know what I mean? So, I guess you have to be real thirsty to want to drink out of the hose. Because you got to let it run for a little while, you know, before you can really kind of trust it. Drop it in Skype. What are you saying? You know, drop it in Skype. Oh my god. You guys are goofy. Oh yeah, hey, listen. There's going to be a time, right? Like, because in the Bible it says that everyone who takes the mark is going to get a grievous sore. Grievous is the word, right? And if you ever looked up what that word means, grievous, that is not good. That is not a good thing to have. As a sore that just eats away at you. It's not good. Look it up. Look, I can't tell you the definition of what it is, but I know when I looked it up, it was not a good thing. You don't want any grievous sores on you. But that's what, if you take the mark of the beast, you'll have it on there. You'll have them on you. Grievous sores. That's not good. Who wants that? Don't take the mark of the beast. It's time to be. It's better to be with Jesus, and then that way, when he comes back, we can get out of here. Yeah, boils. Oh yeah, man. See, look, just the way you're saying that, Cold Springs, right? That makes me. Boils are multiple infections in the skin. Oh my god. Doesn't that just sound like terrifying? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Also, is that like the Morgellons? They're trying to recreate these grievous sores, right? Um, so that way when everyone gets them, no, they're not boils. No, these grievous sores are different. But boils are gross too. Oh yeah, grievous, causing or characterized by causing severe pain, suffering, or or sorrow. Grievous wound, a grievous loss. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine looking at your arm and you see a sore and you just feel a sense of loss? Yeah, it's not boils. No, but boils are bad too, though. I get the sentiment. I understand why that subject came out. Yeah, at least they're safe from the C plus. What is? Oh yeah, okay. The C plus. Yeah. Right. At least I don't have to be put on the breathing machine. No, now see that's where I start getting a little bit like maybe boils are a little better, right? But you don't wish that you had boils on you. You wish that you would have nothing on you, right? She didn't make me say it. No, no, no. She wasn't gonna make me say it. No, 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 no. Mm-hmm. I know. But I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like it's so crazy. Why do we gotta worry about like all these like all these words that we're not allowed to say? It's I mean, we're grown people, man. And we gotta worry about getting a strike on our like good little boys and girls on our it's just horrible, man. You've got green snot, James. I know when I was a little kid, right? Like whenever I would get sick or something. I don't know, man. I guess when like that's why I always go back to when I was a kid being sick, because like that's when all the weird stuff, man. All the colors, man. Now it's just I'm a grown up. I just get regular sick. I'm like, oh, okay, my nose is runny. No big deal, you know. But back then, there used to be weird colors, man. Neon green, purple. No, not purple, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Psalm 91. That's right. God is my refuge. A lot of people like that Psalm 91. That's like the fourth or fifth time I've heard people bring it up. And everybody that talks about it loves it. Purple. That's my favorite flavor is purple. Sugar water purple. Not purple snot though. That's gross. Censorship is bad. Yeah. See, I'm all about you could say whatever words that you want here, just don't direct them at nobody. You know what I mean? If you really got to come here and say crazy stuff, right? Don't call somebody something. Cuz we could control that part. Purple tastes yummy, but then like there's some things that I wouldn't eat that are purple. Bugs probably are purple, some kind of bugs. Satan's devices. Yep. I mean, that's what it is, man. Well, hey, look. Uh, I'm thinking. This is what I think, right? With from this, based on what I'm seeing out there, guys. And I'm not someone who says this kind of stuff all the time, but I mean, maybe I am. I don't know, right? You guys would know more than I would, but I think we're very closely in, like days away. I think we're days away from being out of here, guys. And I know some people don't believe in a rapture. I know some people don't believe in that kind of thing, right? But from what I'm seeing, I don't know how they could have it line up like this any other way, unless it's after all this is over, and it'd be even hard to recreate it that way. Oh man, yeah, I, I think we're very close. How many people think that we're like within this month we're out of here? Type a one if you think it's within this month. Like there won't be an April. Type in a one if you think that there won't be an April. I mean, for us. I mean, of course there'll be an April, obviously. The world isn't ending. So we gotta vote for okay, so it's 2 votes for we're gonna be here. See if I gotta renew my YouTube. Be prepared for the internet to go down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that everybody's in it together, Don, but um like I think they're all on the same team, but I do believe they would pull down the servers and blame it on them for sure, yeah. I believe the narrative could be part of the narrative, Don, for sure. Yep. And there's a lot of twos, man. People thinking they're gonna be here and no rapture. Well, you could say the rapture is the end, right? But what about because there's the new heaven and the new earth and all that, new heaven and new earth and eternity. That's after. Can't think like that. Yeah, you gotta live in the moment. Yeah, so I'm good with that, Alex. Right? Like, so it's either the way I look at it, it's either the day of the Lord is the rapture, right? Or there's a rapture before that. So I'm good either way. Whichever way is true, but I know that like they're very close together. Like, so if it were to happen, it would be close to the end anyway. So just be prepared for everything. Yeah, Don, that's what they like to do, huh? Is they like to blame that narrative, right? Like, oh yeah, this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna pull our thing, and then we gotta beg for it back, right? They're gonna be our heroes and save us from the Russians, right? Then we're gonna thank everybody for bringing back the internet, when in reality we could have had it the whole time. They're all buddies. You know, it's not a two-part play. Yeah, I feel you on that. I do. I'm one of those rare people that can see both sides of that. It's hard because it's one or the other for sure. It's not something that it's two different ways of thinking for sure. It's two different things. I'm ready for both. That's the whole thing. Like I'm not afraid to suffer. So I guess that takes away. There's some people afraid to suffer, so they look at like this secret rapture as a way to get out of suffering, right? If I just look at a secret rapture as a matter of fact, if it happens, it happens, right? It's just a factual part of my day, right? But like, it wouldn't bother me if it didn't happen. I wouldn't fall away if it didn't happen. I would know that there's something else going on. Yeah, see, I think there's a rapture too, but it's hard. It's hard because like this is why it's tough, right? Is because there's just so many people that have learned we've learned all this stuff. Um and we've all like learned different stuff and we've been like our brain stimulated in all the weirdest ways, right? And it's like we've been brainwashed and taken advantage of, and you know it's it's hard to believe the right thing sometimes because our brain sometimes believes things that protects us from damaging thoughts that could hurt us. Well, I see what you're saying. That's a good point. That's a good argument for it. Like if they see that we're all gone, then they might repent. Okay, I like that. Yeah. That does make sense, though. That makes sense, Alex, what she's saying. Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2, yea, and all that we live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. Oh yeah, we're going to suffer persecution. We already are, kind of. I mean, I know this is weak persecution, but we're going to be hated. That's for sure. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's time to hit the old dusty trail. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. And please pray for each other and pray for the children and anybody being victimized out there. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m.